If you're tired of staring at the same sad lettuce wrap every time you try to eat low carb, you're not alone. But this roundup of quick dinners proves that cutting carbs doesn't have to mean cutting flavor or spending hours in the kitchen. One of the smartest swaps in this collection uses a simple vegetable base that turns into the most satisfying noodle-like texture you'll actually crave. And because each recipe comes together in under 30 minutes, you'll want to keep watching to see which ones fit your busiest nights. Whether you're feeding a family with picky eaters or just trying to keep yourself on track after a long day, these dishes are designed to make everyone feel included. Think creamy skillet meals, crispy chicken alternatives, and savory bowls that are rich, filling, and genuinely comforting. What you might not expect is how many of these ideas use ingredients you already have in your pantry. So let's dive into this lineup of 18 low-carb dinners that will make your weeknight routine a whole lot easier. Let's kick things off with a bowl of zucchini noodles that feels like a total treat. This dish is perfect for busy nights because it comes together in under 15 minutes with almost no prep. You just spiralize a couple of zucchinis into long, tender strands that mimic pasta beautifully. Toss them in a pan with a generous spoonful of your favorite pesto and a handful of halved cherry tomatoes. Let everything warm through for just a few minutes until the tomatoes soften and release their juices. If you need it dairy-free, use a nut-based pesto or make your own with nutritional yeast for that cheesy flavor. The result is a light, fresh dinner that feels indulgent without weighing you down. Next up, we have another quick option that brings serious comfort to the table. This sheet-pan salmon with asparagus is the kind of dinner that makes you feel like you have it all together. It works so well for busy evenings because the oven does all the work while you relax or handle other tasks. Simply place salmon fillets on a lined baking sheet and surround them with fresh asparagus spears. Drizzle everything with olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, and a sprinkle of garlic powder and salt. Roast it all at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes until the salmon flakes easily. For a nut-free option, skip any seed toppings and just double up on the lemon and herbs for brightness. You get a complete meal with protein and veggies in one pan and hardly any cleanup. Let's move on to a dish that's just as easy but brings a totally different flavor profile. This cauliflower rice stir-fry is a lifesaver when you want something savory and satisfying in a hurry. It fits the low-carb theme perfectly while still feeling like a hearty, filling dinner. Start by sautéing some diced onion and bell pepper in a hot pan with a little oil. Add a bag of rice cauliflower and cook it for a few minutes until it starts to brown slightly. Push the cauliflower to one side, crack in an egg, and scramble it right in the pan before mixing everything together. You can toss in any leftover veggies you have, like broccoli or snap peas, to make it even more colorful. A splash of tamari or coconut aminos gives it that classic stir-fry taste without the carbs. Now let's switch gears to a warm, cozy option that feels like a hug in a bowl. These 18 low-carb dinner ideas are perfect for nights when you are short on time but still want something satisfying. Which one would you try first? Drop a comment below and let us know. I love reading your picks and seeing what works for your kitchen. While you are here, consider liking this video to help others find this recipe lineup. And if you want more quick meal inspiration, subscribing is the easiest way to stay in the loop. Stick around because this collection is just the beginning of what we have for you. Keep watching for more simple swaps and time-saving ideas. These stuffed bell peppers are a classic dinner that gets a low-carb makeover for busy weeknights. They are ideal because you can prep the filling ahead of time and just bake when you are ready. Brown some ground turkey with diced onions and garlic until it is fully cooked and fragrant. Mix in a can of diced tomatoes, some Italian seasoning, and a handful of chopped spinach for extra nutrients. Spoon the mixture into halved bell peppers and bake until the peppers are tender and slightly charred. If you avoid dairy, skip the cheese on top and add a sprinkle of smoked paprika for depth. Each bite is juicy, flavorful, and packed with protein to keep you full all evening. Coming up next is a one-pan wonder that makes cleanup almost non-existent. Garlic butter shrimp with zucchini ribbons is the kind of dinner that feels fancy but takes almost no effort. It is perfect for those nights when you want something quick yet impressive without a long ingredient list. Start by peeling wide ribbons from a zucchini using a vegetable peeler to create noodle-like strips. In a hot skillet, melt some butter or ghee and sauté minced garlic until it becomes fragrant. Add the shrimp and cook them for just 2 minutes per side until they turn pink and curl slightly. Toss in the zucchini ribbons and let them wilt for about a minute before serving. The garlic butter coats everything beautifully, making each forkful rich and satisfying. Let's keep the momentum going with a dish that brings a little smoky heat to your table. These chicken thighs with roasted broccoli and lemon are a simple, no-fuss dinner that delivers big on flavor. They work great for busy nights because you can throw everything on one sheet pan and let it roast. Season bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs with salt, pepper, and a pinch of paprika for a smoky kick. Arrange them on a baking sheet alongside broccoli florets tossed in olive oil and lemon zest. Roast everything at 425 degrees for about 25 minutes until the chicken skin is crispy. For a soy-free option, skip any soy-based marinades and just rely on the lemon and herbs for brightness. The juicy chicken paired with the charred broccoli makes for a deeply comforting meal. Stick around because our next dish is a creamy, dreamy option that will surprise you with how easy it is. Let's keep the momentum going with a dish that feels like takeout but stays perfectly low carb. Chicken lettuce wraps with ginger soy. These wraps are ideal for busy nights because they come together in under 15 minutes with minimal prep work. You simply cook ground chicken in a hot skillet with garlic, fresh ginger, and a splash of coconut aminos or tamari. Toss in some diced water chestnuts and green onions for crunch, then let everything simmer just until the liquid thickens. Spoon the warm filling into butter lettuce cups, and you've got a handheld dinner that's both satisfying and light. For a nut-free version, skip the typical almond garnish and top with toasted sesame seeds or extra scallions instead. People love how these wraps deliver big flavor without any heavy carbs, making them a total weeknight win. Now, let's move on to another one-pan wonder that's just as speedy. Next up is a fish dish that feels fancy but is almost embarrassingly easy. One-pan lemon herb cod with green beans. This recipe works perfectly for busy nights because it uses just one sheet pan and requires very little hands-on time. Place cod fillets and fresh green beans on a lined baking sheet, then drizzle everything with olive oil, lemon juice, and a sprinkle of dried oregano. Season with salt and pepper, then roast at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes until the fish flakes easily. The green beans get tender and slightly caramelized right alongside the cod, so cleanup is a breeze. If you don't have cod, any firm white fish like haddock or halibut works beautifully here. The bright citrus and herbs make every bite taste fresh and light, which is perfect after a long day. Let's keep the oven warm because the next dish is another quick roasted favorite. If you are looking for even more ways to save time and eat well, we have a whole library of meal ideas just like these. At www.healthybitestribe.com, you will find tools that make planning low-carb dinners so much easier. Our AI recipe generator can help you adapt any dish to your dietary needs, from gluten-free to dairy-free and beyond. You can also use the meal planner to map out your week in minutes. Save your favorites from this list and share them with family or friends who could use a hand. The site is built for real life, so you can focus on what matters. It is totally free and ready whenever you need a quick answer. Check it out next time you are staring at an empty fridge and wondering what to make. Sometimes you just want something hearty and savory, and this ground beef and cabbage skillet hits that spot without any extra carbs. It's a great choice for busy nights because it's a true one-pan meal that comes together in about 20 minutes. Start by browning ground beef in a large skillet with onion and garlic, then drain any excess fat. Add shredded cabbage, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and a little soy sauce or coconut aminos for depth. Stir everything together and let it cook until the cabbage is tender and slightly browned, about 8 minutes. To make it dairy-free, skip the cheese garnish, but a sprinkle of red pepper flakes adds a nice kick. This dish is incredibly comforting and filling, so you will not miss the potatoes or rice at all. Next, we'll switch gears to a creamy, comforting soup that's surprisingly low carb. Grab your soup pot because this creamy cauliflower and chicken soup is the perfect cozy dinner for a chilly evening. It works for busy nights because you can use leftover rotisserie chicken and frozen cauliflower to save time. Salt, onion, and garlic in butter or olive oil, then add cauliflower florets and chicken broth and simmer until tender. Blend the soup until smooth with an immersion blender, then stir in shredded cooked chicken and a splash of heavy cream or coconut milk. Season with thyme, salt, and pepper, and let it heat through for a few minutes more. For a dairy-free version, use full-fat coconut milk and skip the butter and it still tastes rich and soaky. People love how this soup feels like a hug in a bowl, yet keeps carbs low and protein high. Let's stay in the comfort zone with the next dish, a skillet meal that's pure magic. If you love the flavor of egg rolls but not the wrapper, this egg roll in a bowl is about to become your new favorite dinner. It's perfect for busy nights because it takes just 15 minutes from start to finish in one skillet. Ground pork or turkey in a hot pan, then add shredded coleslaw mix, garlic, and fresh ginger. Stir in a splash of rice vinegar, tamari, and a little sesame oil for that classic takeout taste. Cook everything until the cabbage is wilted but still has a little crunch, then serve it straight from the skillet. To keep it nut-free, skip the sesame seeds on top, but a drizzle of sriracha adds a nice pop of heat. This dish is incredibly satisfying, with all the savory, umami goodness you crave without any carbs. Let's take a quick turn toward a lighter option next, a fresh and zesty dinner that's ready in minutes. For a no-cook dinner that still feels like a real meal, try these tuna stuffed avocados with cilantro lime dressing. This is perfect for those nights when you don't even want to turn on the stove, and it's ready in 5 minutes flat. Mix a can of drained tuna with a little mayo or Greek yogurt, chopped celery, and a squeeze of fresh lime juice. Halve and pit a ripe avocado, then spoon the tuna mixture right into the center of each half. Drizzle with a simple dressing of olive oil, lime zest, and chopped cilantro for a burst of freshness. For a dairy-free version, use vegan mayo or just extra olive oil, and it's still creamy and delicious. People love how this feels like a light lunch but is hearty enough for dinner, with healthy fats to keep you full. Stick around because we've got one more quick and easy dish coming up that's sure to become a staple. Next up is a one-pan Italian sausage and peppers skillet that feels like a hearty weeknight win. It's perfect for busy nights because it comes together in under 20 minutes with almost no cleanup. You just slice some mild or spicy Italian sausage and toss it in a hot skillet with bell peppers and onions. Let everything sizzle until the sausage is browned and the veggies are tender and slightly charred. A sprinkle of dried oregano and a pinch of red pepper flakes adds all the flavor you need without any fuss. If you want to keep it low carb, serve it as is, or spoon it over a bed of sautéed spinach for extra greens. The smoky savory combination is so satisfying that you will not even miss the pasta or bread. And once you've got that skillet down, you'll be ready for another quick and cozy dish. Cooking for allergies or restrictions can feel lonely sometimes, but you are not alone. At Healthy Bites Tribe, we have built a community that really gets it. When you visit www.healthybitestribe.com, you can join the chat and connect with others who face the same challenges. Share your own low-carb dinner wins, swap ideas, and find encouragement from people who understand. Whether you are new to low-carb eating or have been doing it for years, there is a spot for you here. Subscribing to this channel also helps you stay connected to more recipe roundups like this one. Consider this your invitation to be part of something supportive and practical. We would love to have you in the tribe. Let's keep things fresh with a Greek chicken salad bowl that's both light and filling. This is a great option when you want something cool and crunchy without spending time at the stove. You start with leftover or pre-cooked chicken, then toss it with cucumber, cherry tomatoes, red onion, and Kalamata olives. A simple drizzle of olive oil, lemon juice, and a pinch of oregano brings all those Mediterranean flavors together. Instead of croutons or pita, you can pile everything over a handful of crisp romaine or baby spinach. For a dairy-free version, just skip the feta cheese or swap in a sprinkle of nutritional yeast for a tangy kick. Every bite is bright and refreshing, making it feel like a little escape from the usual dinner routine. Once you've enjoyed that bowl, there's another speedy idea waiting just ahead. Now let's talk about pork chops with a creamy mushroom sauce that feels fancy but is secretly simple. It's a fantastic choice for busy nights because it uses just one skillet and a handful of pantry staples. You sear the pork chops until golden on both sides, then set them aside while you cook sliced mushrooms in the same pan. Once the mushrooms are soft and browned, you stir in a little heavy cream and Dijon mustard for a rich velvety sauce. Nestle the pork chops back in and let them simmer for a few minutes until everything is heated through. If you need a dairy-free option, you can use canned coconut cream and a splash of broth instead of heavy cream. The combination of tender pork and savory mushroom sauce is pure comfort without any extra carbs. After that cozy skillet meal, you'll be ready for another quick dinner idea. For something a little different, try shrimp and avocado cucumber bites that come together in no time. These are perfect when you want a light dinner that still feels fresh and satisfying. You just slice a cucumber into thick rounds, then top each one with a spoonful of mashed avocado and a cooked shrimp. A squeeze of lime juice and a sprinkle of salt and pepper is all the seasoning you need. You can arrange them on a plate for a fun, finger food style meal that's naturally low in carbs. If you want to add a little heat, a dash of hot sauce or a pinch of chili flakes works beautifully here. Each bite is cool, creamy, and bright, making dinner feel effortless and a little bit special. Once you've tried those bites, there's one more quick dish to round out the night. Let's wrap up the savory section with a classic beef and broccoli stir-fry that's faster than takeout. This dish is a lifesaver on busy nights because it cooks in about 10 minutes and uses just one wok or skillet. You slice flank steak thinly against the grain, then sear it quickly in a hot pan with a little oil. Toss in fresh broccoli florets and a simple sauce made from soy sauce, garlic, and ginger. Let everything cook for a few minutes until the broccoli is tender crisp and the beef is nicely coated. For a gluten-free version, just use tamari or coconut aminos instead of regular soy sauce. The savory, slightly sweet sauce clings to every piece, making it incredibly satisfying without any rice or noodles. That stir-fry is a perfect lead-in to our final dish of the video. And for the finale, we have a chocolate avocado mousse that proves low-carb desserts can be truly indulgent. This is the perfect way to end a busy night because it takes 5 minutes to make and requires no baking at all. You just blend ripe avocado, unsweetened cocoa powder, a low-carb sweetener, and a splash of vanilla extract until smooth. The avocado creates a silky, creamy texture that feels just like traditional mousse without any dairy or heavy cream. You can spoon it into small cups and chill it for a few minutes or enjoy it right away for a quick treat. If you want to change it up, a pinch of cinnamon or a drop of peppermint extract adds a fun twist. Every spoonful is rich, chocolatey, and surprisingly light, making it a guilt-free way to satisfy your sweet tooth. That wraps up our quick low-carb dinners for busy nights, so pick your favorite and enjoy a stress-free meal tonight. We hope this collection of quick low-carb dinners gives you some fresh ideas for your busiest nights. You can pick and choose the recipes that fit your taste, your time, and whatever ingredients you have on hand. Each of these 18 dishes was designed to help you eat well without spending hours in the kitchen. If you enjoyed this roundup, please hit like and subscribe so you never miss another lineup like this. For even more support, head over to www.healthybitestribe.com. There you will find our AI recipe generator, a meal planner, tools to save and share recipes, and a welcoming community chat. You belong here, whether you manage allergies, restrictions, or just want simpler, healthier meals. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next recipe roundup.